If you've ever tried to pick a rolling duffel bag, you know the struggle. Hundreds of options that all look the same in photos, but the real differences only show up after you've dragged one through 3 airports and a gravel parking lot. Today, I'm breaking down 7 rolling duffels that actually deliver, each built for a very different kind of traveler. Links to every product are in the description below. Let's dive in. First up is the Traveler's Club Expedition, a 30-inch duffel that gives you 77 liters of space at just 6.7 pounds empty. That ratio is wild. You get a massive U-shaped top opening that lets you pack flat like a suitcase instead of cramming things through a narrow gap. And then there are 6 exterior zippered pockets, which honestly feels like a luxury at this price tier. Need your charger at the airport? Side pocket? Headlamp for camping? Front pocket. You never dig through the main compartment for the small stuff. The 600 denier polyester is tougher than you'd expect and wipes clean easily after a dusty road trip. Because there's no rigid frame, you'll want to pack heaviest items at the bottom near the wheels to keep the center of gravity low and the bag standing tall. The inline wheels are built for smooth airport floors rather than rough terrain, so this one shines on domestic trips and family vacations where you're going from car trunk to hotel room. Think of it as your no-stress workhorse, the bag you toss muddy boots into without a second thought. Now, if you need something that handles a chaotic mix of sidewalks, train platforms, and terminals, the Wrangler Wesley is a completely different animal. At 6.2 pounds, it's one of the lightest options here, a huge deal when you're lifting it into overhead racks on a train or hoisting it up subway stairs. But the real star is the wheel system. Instead of narrow inline wheels, the Wesley uses heavy-duty blade wheels with wider, more aggressive tread. The difference compared to the Expedition is night and day. Cracked sidewalks, uneven pavement, those annoying lips between floor surfaces, the blade wheels roll over everything without that wrist-twisting wobble. 5 large exterior pockets keep your passport, snacks, and boarding pass within reach during rapid transit switches. The fabric blend doesn't offer full waterproofing, so a rain cover is smart in heavy downpours. And go darker on the color if you plan to check it, lighter shades pick up conveyor belt scuffs like a magnet. For bouncing between buses, trains, and planes in a single trip, the Wesley handles it all with surprisingly little effort. Okay, so what about trips where you need clean clothes completely separate from dirty gear? That's exactly where the Samsonite Andante 2 earns its spot. This 32-inch duffel features a drop-bottom compartment, a zippered lower section running the entire length of the base. Think of it as 2 bags in one. Pressed shirts and clean outfits go up top, muddy trail shoes or sweaty gym clothes get quarantined below. The Dobby polyester exterior has a refined textured look that works in professional settings, so you can roll through a hotel lobby without it screaming campsite. Whisper, quiet inline wheels and reinforced corner bumpers handle luggage carousels beautifully. It does prefer to be held rather than left standing on its own, since weight distribution shifts depending on how you pack the top section, so just keep a hand on it in security lines and you're golden. If your travel life involves mixing business meetings with weekend hikes or gym sessions, this bag keeps those worlds perfectly separated without extra packing cubes. And wait until you see what the Bauer Expedition brings to the table. This is not a casual weekender. 98 liters of hauling capacity built on a rigid polycarbonate base that flat out refuses to sag no matter what you load in. That hard base does something almost no other soft duffel can. It protects fragile gear from the chaos of airline cargo holds. Camera tripods, delicate souvenirs, anything that'd get crushed in a regular fabric bag gets genuine impact protection here. It also stands upright on its own, effortlessly, even fully loaded. Compared to the Samsonite, which needs a steady hand, the Expedition just plants itself and stays put. You get a drop-bottom design with waterproof shoe pockets and a built-in laundry cinch bag. The trade-off for all that ruggedness is weight, 10 to 15 pounds empty depending on the version, so it eats into airline allowances before you pack a single sock. For that reason, it's built for road trips, gear-heavy expeditions, and situations where your stuff needs to survive aggressive baggage handlers. Hauling ski boots, film equipment, or heavy tools across multiple stops, this won't let you down. Now, here's something completely unexpected. The Stover takes the rolling duffel concept and adds a trick nobody else offers. Hidden in the back panel are concealable padded shoulder straps that turn this thing into a backpack. Available in 45, 80, and 100-liter sizes, it's waterproof, high-density polyester that feels genuinely premium, and when you're done traveling, the whole bag folds flat like a sleeping bag. Picture this: you pack it empty inside your carry-on for the outbound flight, then unfold it, load 100 liters of souvenirs, and check it on the way home. Phenomenal for international shopping trips. The backpack mode shines where wheels are useless. Venice with all its bridges, old European town centers, rural paths in Southeast Asia. Swing it onto your shoulders and keep moving. Rubber feet protect the fabric on wet or dirty surfaces, which is a nice touch. For longer distances with heavy weight, stick to rolling mode since the frameless design puts the load on your shoulders rather than your hips. But for quick stair-to-ground transitions, that dual functionality is incredibly freeing. If you live in a small apartment and hate losing closet space to a giant empty suitcase 11 months a year, this solves that completely. On the opposite end of the spectrum, the Pacific Gear Keystone takes a beautifully simple approach. No fancy compartments, no convertible modes, just a massive interior behind a wide U-shaped opening, hard riveted runners on the bottom to survive concrete stairs, and a price that makes it practically disposable. The brushed polyester hides dirt well, and a dedicated side shoe pocket keeps odors contained. At 7.18 pounds, it barely dents your weight allowance. The exterior pockets are slim, better for flat items like documents than bulky accessories, and the handle is functional but lighter duty than the Eddie Bauer or Samsonite. Where this bag dominates is zero-guilt situations, hauling hockey pads to a tournament, loading up hunting gear, stuffing it with camping equipment headed for a dirty tent floor. It's the bag you're happy to abuse because replacing it doesn't sting. And finally, the Gonex 100-liter is the one I'd grab for any trip involving rain, mud, salt water, or general chaos. The front panel is waterproof PVC, the kind of material you'd find on a tactical dry bag, while the back uses 1200 denier polyester for serious abrasion resistance. Your gear stays bone dry even sitting on a rainy tarmac or strapped to a roof rack. Oversized rubber wheels with textured grip handle gravel and dirt remarkably well, quiet and stable on rough surfaces. Here's the detail experience travelers appreciate most: genuine YKK zippers. On a 100-liter bag, the zipper is the single point of failure. Cheap ones pop open under pressure and suddenly your clothes are decorating a baggage carousel. YKK simply doesn't do that. External compression straps cinch everything tight so the load stays stable, even packed to the brim. Just watch your total weight because 100 liters makes it tempting to blow past airline limits without realizing. For scuba trips, surf travel, backcountry camping, or anything where weather is unpredictable and conditions are rough, the Gonex outperforms bags costing 3 times as much. So here's the rundown. Maximum space for minimum money with great organization. Travelers Club Expedition. Lightweight multi-terrain travel across trains, buses, and airports. Wrangler Wesley. Clean and dirty gear separated with a polished look. Samsonite Andante 2. Heavy-duty protection with a rock-solid frame. Eddie Bauer Expedition. No question. Home storage matters as much as travel performance. Stover's foldable design is unbeatable. Pure budget volume with zero guilt. Pacific Gear Keystone. And for wet, rugged, adventure-heavy travel, Gonex 100-liter hands down. All the links are in the description. Drop a comment if you've tried any of these, and I'll catch you in the next one.